We have a major WWE star returning after Crown Jewel. Plus, we have an update on the Crown Jewel card for this weekend and future plans for a SmackDown debut. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. Crown Jewel is this weekend from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Looking beyond that for a moment, one absent WWE star is set to return in the wake of the trip to Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely. PW Insider Elite gave us an update, not us personally, they've published it on their wonderful website, on the potential return of AJ Styles. They say for those who have asked about the return of AJ Styles, PWInsiderElite.com is told that he's penciled in to return at the 11-10 SmackDown, which I think means the 10th of November in American dates.
America.
So the November 10th SmackDown taping in Columbus, Ohio, and he'll apparently be back regularly from that point onwards.
That'll be AJ Styles right now.
No.
So we haven't seen AJ Styles since I think he got battered by the Bloodline, didn't he?
It's the WhatsApp group. It's fine.
Oh, it's okay.
Just the lads.
Plan your next pints, I would guess.
Sorry, what were you saying?
We haven't seen him since he got battered by the Bloodline. And he's been kept off TV, I guess, because they've got other things going on. There's no necessarily need to have him in the mix right now.
And you never know, wrestlers sometimes they might need a little recovery from minor sort of nagging injuries, or even just a little, he might have booked a holiday.
Booked a nice little trip to maybe Centre Parks. Yeah. AJ Styles is one of those guys that I think would be a wonderful feud for Roman sort of between November and February, because obviously we kind of get a vibe where the story is going for WrestleMania, but I think AJ Styles in the mix with Roman Reigns in that run up, in that sort of Rumble period, I think would be quite nice.
Oh, I think you mean with LA Knight once he defeats Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel.
I mean, of course, that's exactly a thing. Speaking of Crown Jewel, the night they'll be headlined by LA Knight and Roman Reigns, PW Insiders say there's also talk of a Grayson Waller segment being added to Crown Jewel this weekend. In an update on the card, it looks like we could be getting the Grayson Waller effect on Saturday.
I mean, I think there's one of two possibilities here. One, it could be your classic big international pay-per-view segment where Grayson Waller runs his mouth on the Grayson Waller effect and a legend of some sort comes out to batter him. Or maybe more likely, given recent events on SmackDown, we could see Kevin Owens come along to batter him, because Kevin Owens recently started feuding with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, so they've got a few different options here.
You know who's in Saudi Arabia at the moment?
Go on.
The Undertaker.
Why?
He was over there for the fighting.
Oh, was he there for the boxing?
Him and Vince were there for the boxing.
Oh, he was with Vince.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's going to be him then.
I wonder whether they just bring out Undertaker.
Maybe.
Grayson Waller, as you say, running down.
He's been doing
Saudi Arabia.
When he was on NXT the other week, he came out as the American Badass. We could see the American Badass Undertaker.
Oh,
He'd
yes.
presumably have a longer ramp to contend with than in NXT when he was sort of walking his bike down.
He can really give his bike a good old rev.
He can. If he reaches 88 miles an hour, he can end up in the 50s.
he bursts through. Yeah. He bursts through the time barrier, and then suddenly he comes at the end. It's like Hackenschmidt versus Gotch. Oh no, I've gone too fast. Undertaker's time traveling motorbike on Netflix this winter.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
WWE are coming back to our neck of the woods again. They were here this weekend, but they're coming back again.
Yes, they are. They're following shows in London and Glasgow this past weekend. WWE have confirmed that they will be touring the UK as well in early 2024. They have confirmed, shows at Resorts World Arena in Birmingham on April 17th, Cardiff International Arena April 18th, the O2 in London on April 19th, and the SSE Arena in Belfast April 20th. Tickets go on sale very, very soon, apparently.
There must be a printing error. There's no Newcastle.
There's no Newcastle
Arena
date, despite it having in the past few years being genuinely transformed into one of the UK's biggest wrestling cities.
Yeah.
It's crazy, Tom.
It's true.
It's brilliant though. It's fantastic.
But if I must be a printing error. Then I can only assume.
I think that's a printing error.
Because all the best companies are coming to Newcastle, like Impact Wrestling.
Oh, there we go.
Hey! Turning Point this Friday on Impact Plus. You can watch it on Fight as well. The first Impact Wrestling pay-per-view from Newcastle upon Tyne. Hey. It was recorded on Friday. If you were there, I hope you had a lovely time. I hope you had as good a time as I and my vocal cords did. It was great fun.
Tom, you were speaking to Scott Zamore on Monday night, and did he give any clues about when Impact might be returning, or TNA when it's called TNA again?
So, of course, I had to take off my working for Impact hat and put on my investigative reporter hat.
Okay.
So I had to say to Scott, hey, look, at the end of the Coventry show, mate, you said we will be back in the UK. Can you tell us when? Tell me when will I see you again? Scott Demore said, we're looking at options right now. We'll be back here in the UK in 2024. We're trying to figure out our schedule. It boils down to a combination of our schedule, what's going on here in the marketplace, and the availability of venues. But we have a few things circled in the calendar. After taking a little bit of time to breathe, get a couple of deep breaths and settle in, we will be back tackling exactly what the right time is to be back in the market, but definitely in 2024.
I think that makes a lot of sense because they don't want to, for example, the tour we've just talked about, the WWE tour, they don't want to run when WWE are over because that's going to split ticket sales a lot.
Well, they did and it went all right.
Well, they did and it went all right, but I think that maybe they wouldn't want to run in certain cities on the same weekend as when WWE are running. That would be quite silly.
Yeah, because WWE ran Glasgow last night, or was it Sunday night?
Right.
And Impact ran Glasgow on the Thursday.
They were the week before, yeah. And I think that it's quite, he's given a very sensible answer there. Just it all depends on what the market's doing, when's the best time, when are the venues available. But it's very exciting news.
And it'll be a TNA wrestling tour by that point.
Will.
Because obviously they're changing name in January to TNA Wrestling. So it'll be the first TNA wrestling tour in a long time.
People are already very excited about that. Just from being a turning point, the amount of TNA chants that happened was fantastic.
And it was all across the tour.
Oh, was
honestly,
it?
Every single time we were there were loud TNA chants.
People draping banners from the motorway bridges as you pass underneath. TNA.
One guy brought his replica TNA World Championship with him. So I stole it a couple of times at the Coventry show and walked around with it, feeling like I was Moose in 2021.
Yeah, fair enough.
What a time to be alive. If you missed it, if you weren't there, Turning Point on Impact Plus this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time in America, just to see how loud and proud and how brilliant the Newcastle crowd are at the Walker Dome. But on Thursday...
That was at the Walker Dome, Tom just said
the Walker Dome.
He adopted a fun Newcastle accent.
But on Thursday, Impact is from Glasgow. So the show they did in Glasgow was a TV taping.
Right.
So you can check out Impact in Glasgow on Thursday on Axis TV.
Very nice indeed.
Right, let's talk SmackDown. Now, there's one lad who was moved over to SmackDown, got a nice call-up from NXT, and we haven't seen him. What's the score here?
Yeah, PW Insider Elite once again have an update on Odyssey Jones. They say he was quietly moved to SmackDown a while back. So I believe when he was first called up, he was part of the draft and was drafted to Raw. Never really appeared on Raw, and now, according to PW Insider, was quietly moved to SmackDown a while back. Odyssey Jones has not been on the road recently, but we are told that is expected to change. It was also recently reported by Fightful Select that Odyssey was being considered for Bobby Lashley's stable, which is currently just Bobby Lashley and the two Street Profits, but could use, I guess, a new member as well.
I think he'd be a great fit.
I think he'd be a great fit as well because the Street Profits are very dynamic, very exciting in the ring, but especially since Angelo Dawkins, he's trimmed right down. He's looking fantastic at the minute. He's moving like he never has before. But Odyssey Jones brings that muscle. Do you know what I mean? He could be the heater of the group. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
The heater of the group.
I wonder, though, if this is a wise call. I'm just going totally kayfabe now. On Bobby Lashley's part, Tom, if this is to happen. Because Odyssey Jones back in NXT was a bit of a party animal. And his gimmick eventually just turns up in a truck with women and goes, "We're going to a nightclub, come on." And then he would tempt babyfaces into going with him to the nightclub. If he starts doing that with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, I don't think Bobby's going to be a happy
They're not going
boy.
to get any work done.
No.
He's constantly in the flipping nightclub with Odyssey Jones, doing the worm.
When I say truck, I mean like an American, like a nice shiny pickup truck. It wasn't like
an articulated lorry.
Yeah, it wasn't like that.
Get in the van.
Yeah.
That's how I picked up Alex.
Oh, no.
Hey, 9 pitches for Crown Jewel on the YouTube channel, on the podcast feed later on today. You got your pitches sorted?
I do have my pitches sorted, but just Ross and Andrew were stressing in the chat, and I was sat there all smug this morning going, well, I have my pitches sorted, boys. I'll be honest, I think 2 of mine are good and 1 but 2 are bangers, so watch it to find out.
It's on the channel later on today. Then we have predictions for Crown Jewel with Adam and Andrew, live reactions to Crown Jewel, and what happened with Jack after the event as well.
It's going to be great because it's not finishing at 5 a.m. It'll finish at about 9 p.m. Which is going to be wonderful.
You can get to North Wrestling for the last match at the
it is North Wrestling this weekend
Saturday's
as well.
North Wrestling night as well. There's about 20 tickets left at northwrestling.co.uk if you want to come and see Impact stars Joe Hendry Amir Jordan and Tom Campbell.
Tom Campbell as well.
And Leon Slater, the newest signing to Impact Wrestling, more importantly, defending his world title.
Absolutely. If you've never seen Leon Slater in action before, he's disgustingly talented for how young he is.
He signed with Impact Wrestling over the weekend, did Leon Slater, but we are very proud to call him one of our own. He's defending the North Wrestling title this weekend, this Saturday in Anarchy Brewery. It's a very selfish plug of mine to plug my home promotion, but I've done it anyway.
Go for it.
Come see us at North Wrestling, you cowards. And we'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. It's nice to be back. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.